Welcome back. Today, we're diving into the 10 most sold motorcycles in the USA, the bikes that have captured the hearts of riders nationwide. From legendary cruisers to versatile adventure machines, these are the top picks that rule the American roads. At number 1, the Honda Rebel 300 and 500, the sleeper hit nobody admits they want. It's that beginner bike nobody thinks is cool, yet it's outselling most of the motorcycles you actually follow on social media. The Honda Rebel isn't flashy, doesn't make crazy power, and won't win you a ton of likes on Instagram. Yet, year after year, it consistently ranks among America's top-selling motorcycles. Why? Because it delivers exactly what most riders actually need, not what they pretend to want. This low-slung cruiser combines either a manageable 286cc single-cylinder engine in the Rebel 300 or a smooth 471cc parallel twin in the Rebel 500, with the kind of reliability that makes mechanics cry from lost business. The Rebel 500 produces around 46 horsepower, more than enough for comfortable highway cruising while staying docile and easy to handle around town. That's the sweet spot where most riders actually operate, regardless of what they tell their buddies about needing 150 horsepower. So what's driving these impressive sales? For starters, a sub-$7,000 price tag for the Rebel 300 and about $6,999 to $7,200 for the Rebel 500, meaning you don't need to take out a second mortgage to ride something new, stylish, and reliable. But more importantly, it's a bike that doesn't punish you for being human. The low 27-inch seat height means almost anyone can flat-foot it at stops. The relaxed ergonomics don't require years of yoga experience, and the forgiving power delivery ensures you won't accidentally wheelie into a tree. Here's the secret nobody admits: experienced riders are buying these too, not as stepping stones, but as daily riders that just work, without the drama. The bikes people brag about and the bikes they actually buy are rarely the same. Manufacturers know this, and are laughing all the way to the bank. You won't believe what's outselling superbikes while being dismissed as just for beginners. And here's the kicker: owners refuse to let them go, even years later. If you think this bike is impressive, just wait until you see what's coming up next. At number 2, the Kawasaki Ninja 400. The starter bike that riders refuse to upgrade from. Everyone tells you to start on a Ninja 400 and then upgrade in 6 months. What they don't tell you is that thousands of riders keep them for years because they're secretly more fun than most larger bikes. This little Ninja consistently dominates sales charts with its perfect blend of accessibility and genuine performance. The 399cc parallel twin delivers 49 horsepower, more than enough to embarrass most cars, while weighing just 366 pounds fully fueled. That power-to-weight ratio creates a bike that feels alive in ways 600cc and larger sport bikes simply don't at legal speeds. So what keeps these flying off showroom floors? It's not just the approachable $5,700 starting price, it's that these bikes handle like they're reading your mind. The light chassis flicks into corners effortlessly, the engine's character is playful rather than intimidating, and you can actually use full throttle without immediately risking felony charges. The dirty secret? Even veteran riders who own bigger bikes often confess their Ninja 400 is the one they grab for canyon roads and commuting. It's simply more fun to ride a slow bike fast than a fast bike slow. When a so-called starter bike keeps owners grinning after 3 years of ownership, it's not really a starter bike anymore. It's just a brilliant motorcycle. That rider who claims they're too experienced for a Ninja 400 has probably never actually ridden one, or they'd know exactly what they're missing. Forget sport bikes. An 800-pound beast with pushrod technology is crushing the sales charts while costing twice as much. At number 3, the Harley Davidson Street Glide, America's real dream bike. Whether you admit it or not, forget what the YouTube influencers tell you about sport bikes. The Street Glide remains America's true aspirational motorcycle. It's selling in numbers that would make most manufacturers weep with envy. This 850-plus pound bagger isn't trying to set lap records or win spec sheet comparisons. Its Milwaukee 8 114 V-twin makes around 100 horsepower and 119 lb-ft of torque, which is less than a 600cc sport bike's horsepower, yet it commands a $25,000-plus price tag, and people gladly pay it. They're buying these things by the tens of thousands every year. Why? Because the Street Glide delivers exactly what most adult riders actually want: presence, comfort, and the ability to eat up miles without feeling beaten up. Its batwing fairing, integrated infotainment system, cruise control, and stretched saddlebags create a rolling living room that makes 500-mile days feel reasonable rather than masochistic. The tech is there too. Modern street glides offer touchscreen infotainment, navigation, Bluetooth connectivity, and rider aids that rival those found in luxury cars, cornering ABS, traction control, and refined suspension systems. No, it won't carve canyons like a sport bike, but it will still be running flawlessly when those race-inspired machines are on their third engine rebuild. The demographics don't lie. The average motorcycle buyer is in their 40s, with disposable income and a body that no longer tolerates sport bike ergonomics. The Street Glide speaks directly to them. Subscribe now because the bikes we're about to reveal next are the ones everybody's buying but nobody's talking about. That old man bike you mock? It outsells your dream sport bike 10 to 1, and its owner is actually riding, not just posing for Instagram. Your Instagram feed shows $20,000 adventure machines. Meanwhile, a humble dual sport bike with a license plate is silently outselling them all. But before we dive into that, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more unbeatable motorcycle deals. At number 4, the Honda CRF 300L, the dirt bike with a license plate that outsells $20,000 adventure machines. Every Instagram adventure rider shows off their $20,000 BMW GS with expensive aluminum panniers. Meanwhile, Honda can't keep these simple street-legal dirt bikes in stock. The CRF 250L, recently updated to the CRF 300L, consistently ranks among America's top-selling motorcycles because it delivers exactly what most adventure riders actually do: light off-roading and commuting without the weight, complexity, or massive monthly payments of more aspirational machines. Weighing just 309 pounds wet, the CRF 300L's 286cc single-cylinder engine pumps out a modest 27 horsepower. But that's more than enough for Forest Service roads, fire trails, and urban commuting. Its over 10 inches of suspension travel soaks up potholes and trail obstacles, while its honest simplicity means you won't need a computer engineering degree to maintain it. What's driving these sales numbers? Accessibility. With a starting price around $5,449 as of 2025, it costs less than the optional luggage on some adventure bikes. Its 34.7-inch seat height is manageable for most riders, and with over 70 mpg fuel economy, it's practically free to operate compared to most motorcycles. The irony? While Instagram adventurers are posting staged photos of their spotless GSS, CRF owners are actually out exploring trails every weekend, getting muddy, dropping their bikes without financial panic, and having authentic experiences. Adventure isn't measured in cubic centimeters or dollars spent, it's measured in places reached and smiles earned. This little Honda has the sales numbers to prove it. A motorcycle without cutting-edge tech or flashy marketing is creating a cult following so strong that dealers can't keep them in stock. Loving this bike? Hold on tight, the next one will blow you away. At number 5, the Harley Davidson Sportster. The icon that refuses to die, no matter the specs. The Sportster should be obsolete by now. Its basic design dates all the way back to 1957. The engine is air-cooled in a world that's largely gone liquid-cooled. It has just 2 valves per cylinder when 4 is now the industry standard. Yet this ancient platform remains one of America's best-selling motorcycles, year after year. The secret isn't the specs. The 883cc and 1200cc Evolution V-twin engines make modest power, between 50 and 70 horsepower, while the bike itself weighs a hefty 550+ pounds. But that completely misses the point. People buy Sportsters because they're authentic, in a world increasingly filled with plastic replicas. What keeps them moving off showroom floors? Accessibility, for one. Prices start around $11,000 for the Iron 883 in 2025, making it the most affordable ticket into the Harley owners group. But more importantly, it's a blank canvas. No motorcycle on the planet has a more extensive aftermarket, allowing owners to transform their Sportsters into anything, from stripped-down bobbers to rugged scramblers, or even flat trackers. The Sportster's sales success reveals something manufacturers often forget: character beats performance. Its distinctive narrow profile, unmistakable exhaust note, and mechanical simplicity create a visceral experience that no spec sheet can capture. It's a motorcycle that feels like a motorcycle, not a computer with wheels. Even as Harley introduces its modern replacement, the Revolution Max-powered Sportster S, the traditional Sportster continues to sell in numbers that defy both logic and gravity. Sometimes, The best-selling bike isn't the best by any objective measure. It just has something nobody else can replicate. It might lose comparison tests, YouTube reviews, and bench racing contests, but buyers keep snapping up this under-the-radar winner. If this bike caught your eye, you won't believe what's next on the list. At number 6, the Kawasaki Versys 650, the underdog all-rounder quietly winning on versatility. While adventure bike headlines obsess over $20,000 behemoths clad in aluminum cases and sporting snorkels, the humble Versys 650 has quietly become one of America's sales success stories by offering 90% of the capability at roughly 50% of the price. This middleweight do-it-all machine packs a 649cc parallel twin engine producing 67 horsepower in a package weighing 483 pounds wet. Not jaw-dropping numbers on paper, but the magic is in the chassis, long travel suspension, comfortable ergonomics, and a frame that handles everything from commuting to canyon carving to light touring with equal composure. So what drives its consistent sales success? Value, for starters. Priced at $9,199 for the standard model, it undercuts comparable bikes by thousands of dollars. But more importantly, it's honest. It doesn't pretend to be a hardcore dirt bike with its 17-inch wheels. It doesn't try to dazzle with unnecessary electronics or endless ride modes. It simply works brilliantly as everyday transportation that can still deliver thrills when asked. The average Versys owner isn't posting on Instagram or flexing on forums. They're too busy actually riding, racking up 15,000 plus miles annually, while bikes 3 times the price sit neglected in garages, waiting for special occasions. In a world dominated by hyper-specialized motorcycles, the Versys proves that versatility sells, even if it doesn't generate clicks or social media fame. The bikes you see most often in glossy reviews aren't always the ones most people are buying. This Kawasaki exposes that disconnect perfectly. A once-forgotten brand reinvented itself and is now stealing customers directly from Harley, making Milwaukee executives sweat. If you're into this bike, just wait. The next one's even more exciting. At number 7, the Indian Scout, the American cruiser that's stealing Harley's lunch money. Don't let Harley's market dominance fool you. The Indian Scout lineup has become a genuine sales phenomenon by beating the motor company at its own game. This modern cruiser packs a liquid-cooled 1133cc V-twin, making 100 horsepower in a package weighing just 561 pounds, giving it a power-to-weight ratio that embarrasses the competition. Yet it starts at $13,249, undercutting comparable Harleys while offering superior performance. So what's driving its sales success? Partly it's the combination of classic looks with modern engineering. The Scout offers features like liquid cooling, overhead cams, and a counterbalanced engine, all while maintaining the clean lines that cruiser buyers demand. It's a bike that doesn't force you to choose between style and substance. But there's another factor. Indian represents an alternative. As the American motorcycle market matures, riders who want domestic iron without joining the Harley crowd find a home with Indian. The Scout offers tribal belonging without feeling like you're riding the same bike as your dad and uncle. While Indian doesn't publish exact sales figures, dealer reports suggest that Scout models often outsell comparable Harley Sportsters in direct comparison, something that would have been unthinkable just a decade ago. The cruiser market was a monopoly for decades. Now it's a genuine horse race, and American riders are the winners. Middle-aged accountants and lawyers fight for the chance to spend luxury car money on this two-wheeled living room. If you think this bike is impressive, just wait until you see what's coming up next. At number 8, the Honda Goldwing. The two-wheeled luxury suite that serious tourers swear by. Forget superbikes and adventure machines. If you want to see what consistent sales success looks like, look no further than Honda's rolling luxury suite, the Goldwing. This 1,833cc flat-six behemoth weighs an eye-watering 800-plus pounds fully dressed, and commands a starting price of around $25,700, which quickly climbs past $33,000 with options like the DCT automatic transmission, premium audio, and airbag system. Yet, it maintains steady sales year after year, dominating the touring segment it practically invented. The numbers are impressive: 125 horsepower, 125 lb-ft of torque, a 7-speed DCT automatic transmission option, and more electronic aids than most luxury cars, including features like Apple CarPlay, electronic suspension adjustment, and heated grips and seats. But what really sells the Goldwing is the experience it delivers. all-day comfort that rivals your living room sofa, weather protection that makes rain irrelevant, and the ability to cover 300-plus miles between fuel stops with its generous 5.5-gallon tank. Who's buying them? Primarily mature riders, average age 50-plus, who value comfort and capability over spec sheet bragging rights. These are riders who've outgrown the need to prove anything to anyone. They just want to enjoy the journey with minimal discomfort. The Goldwing exposes a truth that manufacturers know but marketing often ignores. As riders age, priorities shift from raw performance to refined comfort. And in America's aging rider demographic, that means steady sales for bikes that deliver luxury first. The motorcycle market isn't just about youth and speed, it's increasingly about comfort, reliability, and long-distance capability. No bike proves this better than the Wing. Flagship adventure bikes may add electronics like fighter jets, but meanwhile this machine, evolved but still rooted in a platform dating back decades, continues to sell out nationwide. Loving this bike? Hold on tight, the next one will blow you away. At number 9, the Triumph Bonneville T120, the retro classic that outsells many modern monsters. While most manufacturers chase ever-advancing technology, Triumph discovered a profitable truth. Many riders value nostalgia and simplicity over cutting-edge features. The Bonneville T120 embodies classic British design with its 1,200cc air-cooled parallel twin, spoked wheels, and timeless silhouette. Yet, beneath that vintage aesthetic lies modern engineering ride-by-wire throttle, traction control, and ABS brakes. It's a bike that looks classic but rides with contemporary precision. What drives its consistent sales performance? For one, the $13,495 price point hits a sweet spot between premium and accessible, but, more importantly, the Bonneville offers something increasingly rare: motorcycle design that isn't trying too hard to look futuristic or aggressive. In a market saturated with angry-looking transformers on wheels, the Bonneville's clean lines and understated presence attract buyers who want a motorcycle that still looks like a motorcycle. Its sales success proves that visual aggression isn't the only path to consumer appeal. Triumph struck gold by realizing that modern technology doesn't require modern styling. Sometimes the most forward-thinking approach is looking backward. When every other bike is screaming for attention, there's profound market value and quiet confidence in restraint. The Bonneville proves it with strong and steady sales numbers. Prepare to have your motorcycle purist card revoked. The next entry's sales figures are too massive to ignore. If this bike caught your eye, you won't believe what's next on the list. At number 10, the Harley Davidson Road Glide, the bagger that serious riders choose when style alone isn't enough. While the Street Glide often gets more attention, the Road Glide has quietly become Harley's best-selling touring model among long-distance riders, thanks to its superior stability and comfort. This imposing bagger features a frame-mounted shark nose fairing, unlike the fork-mounted design on the Street Glide. This creates better aerodynamics, reduces buffeting, and improves handling at highway speeds. Under the hood, the Milwaukee 8 114 V-twin delivers a commanding 122 lb-ft of torque, focusing on the kind of low-end grunt that really matters when you're loaded up for touring. So what drives its consistent sales success? Pure functionality. The fixed fairing reduces rider fatigue on long journeys, the stretched saddlebags provide substantial storage capacity, and the 6-gallon fuel tank offers over 200 miles of range. This is a purpose-built highway machine designed to excel on American interstates. The price of admission isn't cheap, starting at $21,999 and easily climbing past $30,000 once you factor in popular options. But for serious touring riders who measure their trips in states rather than miles, the investment delivers returns in comfort, capability, and durability that justify the premium. The Road Glide's success reveals an important market truth. While casual riders might prioritize style, serious distance riders value function and are willing to pay for it. America's motorcycle culture was built on the freedom of cross-country travel, not track days or off-road adventures. No bike embodies that tradition better than this. These are the 10 most sold motorcycles in the USA. Did we miss a bike that deserves to be on this list? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more motorcycle content, and as always, ride safe. See you in the next one.